for the final that you came here for. The one to primitive humanity is the one I abhor. I need a minute to eliminate from everyone the everyday abusive things that you have done. Your impossible go front. It's like a megalomaniacal tab on my tongue. And if you touch me, I will rip you apart. I'll reach in and take a bite out of that bitch you got. I know I can't blame me. I know I can't blame yourself. I know I can't blame me. I know
knew I was being threatened. Do you think it's worth holding out? I mean, I heard some pretty ugly things about those guys. Ugly stories.
Watch them flee. Watch them flee. Watch them flee. Hip hop heads.
You do it like this.
It's going down. The rhythm projects round. The next sound reflects a complex hybrid dialect now. Detect the mesh of many elements compressed down. The melting pot of a super futuresque style. The combination of a vocal caress with lungs that gasp for breath from emotional stress with special effects. In a distorted collage, carefully lodged between beats of a rhythmic barrage. It's going down. The logical progression on the timeline. The separation narrowed down to a fine line. To blur the edges so they blend together properly. Take you on an audible odyssey. Now it's going down. A logical progression on the timeline. The separation narrowed down to a fine line. To blur the edges so they blend together properly. Take you on an audible odyssey. Now it's going down. Put it on. Then it goes like this.
You do it like this.
It's going down. Put it on. Then it goes like this.
You do it like this.
It's going down. Once again it is composed sentences altogether venomous. The four elements of natural force projected daily through the sound of the source. Everybody on board as we blend the sword with the pen. The mightiest the weapon swinging right for the chin. To elevate mental states long gone with the wind. To defend men from shoddy imitation pretends it's going down. Style assimilation readily trekking through the weaponry of a pure pedigree. Cleverly seeing through whatever is ahead of me. Whatever the weather be, we advance it steadily. It's going down subterrestrial hot. A rhyme regiment that's calling the shots. An execution of collaborative plots ready to bring the separation of style to a stop. It's going down. A logical progression on the timeline. The separation narrowed down to a fine line. To blur the edges so they blend together properly. Take you on an audible odyssey. Now it's going down. Put it on. Then it goes like this.
You do it like this.
It's going down. Put it on. Then it goes like this.
You do it like this.
It's going down. I'm about to blast off worldwide.
Yo, this is the press only. Execution is built from scratch. Album in stores soon.
I'm about to blast off worldwide. It's going down.